Good morning, good people. Today is Inauguration Day. It's January 20th, 2025. It's also Martin Luther King Day, federal holiday. Why does it seem so dark? What's missing here? Oh, that's what it is. Okay, good morning. Take two. Here we are at Department of Career Services, Monday. Trump's inauguration, the launch of an interesting 4 years. This could be a very pivotal part of time. Supposedly it's going to be a big day. I think it is. I think it's going to be the start of something big. We'll see what happens. We'll see how things progress. See if they're out of the gate running, changing the world overnight. Good morning. What not a bevy? What a bevy. It's like wada. How are things in Fort Jacks? See how I do that? I look down. How are things in Fort Jacks today? Is it an exciting day for people? MLK Day. Inauguration Day. Holiday. Are you working today? Cool. Well, our Memo of the day. Trump Inauguration, MLK Day. Try saying that once. Advice from an 80-year-old. Loosen up, relax. Except for rare life and death matters, nothing is as important as it first seems. Right. And ba-boom ba. Seth Godin. Okay, so got an interesting project. Yes, working till 6. Good. Blessed celebrations were canceled because it's cold. Boo, effing who? It's cold. What does that mean? It's 60 degrees. You're in Florida, for God's sake, man. Let me put a little bit of my Mark Rowland donated espresso machine. Okay, well, I did my 20 minutes of full body stretch and arms and light weights. So that's good, right? Ha. It's like 35. Right. Okay. Anyway. Inauguration Day, big day. This could be the point in time where things change. We went from the last 4 years down, more problems in the world, inflation, people here not doing well, more violence in the world, the war in Ukraine, Israel, we lost Afghanistan just completely. Probably pretty much around the world less safe. So we'll see if that changes. Economy got more difficult for people to make money, save money. See if that changes. Healthcare, got so many women who make like $15 more than the limit. Their Social Security is about $15 more than the limit. So they can't get Medicaid, they can't get health insurance. Right. Cannot get health insurance. So not good to be 60s with no health insurance because you can't get Medicaid because you make too much. But if you go to the market to get health insurance, you can't afford it. So you can't have checkups. Not good. See if Trump changes that. obesity, diabetes. Let's see if RFK changes that. Government inefficiency. Let's see if Elon Musk and Ramaswamy change that. We'll see if today is a day where the slide stopped, we leveled out, and we started going back up. Immigration problems. See if that changes. The justice system using the law as a weapon, not a tool for justice. A weapon against enemies, its enemies. We'll see what happens with Greenland and the Panama Canal. And Canada. See what happens there. Exciting times. Exciting times. No reason to think the world is going to come to an end. The thought should be we're safer now. Things are better now. Things is better now. Okay. Boom. So that means we're 6 minutes in. Let's go to Seth Godin. Lulled. Selfish is easy. Short term is easy. Complacent is easy. Turning our head and ignoring the problem is easy. Going along to get along is easy. But easy isn't the point. Better is. Bonk, bonk, bonk. Stressing the point. Bonk, bonk, bonk. Better is the point. Challenge the status quo is difficult and worth it. Happy birthday. What's the happy birthday part? Maybe the day we start to look at the world differently? I don't know. You tell me. You tell me. Okay, let's look at our worksheet, people. Okay, this is day 1 of week 4 in our neuroscience-oriented approach to success. Day 1, week 4. This is the week we call Don't Crash the Boat. So let's go back to week 1. Week 1 was introduction and overview, meaning we're on a journey. Our life is a journey. It's not a destination. It's not a random happening. Choose to believe your life is a journey. But more than that, that's the gift of life, is you have the opportunity to go on a journey. But you have to build your vehicle to take you on the journey. Could be anything, but for me, the simplest analogy is it's a boat. The boat is going to take you on the journey of your lifetime. But you got to build the boat. You got to build it. And everything you accumulate on your journey and the provisions for the journey, you have to carry on the boat. You got to take it with you. Yes, you can stop along the way, refuel, refurbish, fix, recrew. You can do all of that on the journey. But while you're out at sea, while the game is afoot, while the journey is afoot, you got to rely upon the stuff that you have on your ship. So you want to build a ship that's big enough and strong enough to handle the journey. It's big enough that it can handle the provisions that you need to get you there. It's big enough that you can store the treasures that you collect. It's big enough that it will be a smoother ride. It won't be just this little tiny thing thrown about in the uncertain oceans of our existence. So you got to build the boat. You got to build the boat. You got to see it in your head like a paper knife. You got to see it, imagine it, think about what you want to do. Do you want to have a great life? You're going out there across the ocean, or you just want to go along the shoreline? Little timid, keep land in sight the whole time, come back at night. pitch a tent, be nice and safe. You want to do that? You want to do something in between? It's your choice. It's your choice. But you got to have a boat that can handle the trip. So we have this broken down into 4 weeks. First week, introduction and overview, what I just said. Second week is building the boat. Building the boat. So how big can you build the boat? And getting people to help you build the boat. Sails, steering mechanism, lower deck, and the hull. Those are the most important things. And they match with our ideas of physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual, where the sails are the physical part. The sails are the thing that are going to propel you through the water, enable you to go much better than just the current or the wind against the side of the boat. Sails, steering mechanism, so you can go against the wind, you can go against the current, you learn to tack. Nuance, get from here to where you want to be, figure out how to do it. Steering mechanism. The below deck, okay, so the steering mechanism has to do with the mental part. So physical is sails, mental is steering, learning to tack. How do I get from here to there when the wind is blowing this way and the current's going that way? How do I do it? I steer. That's the mental part. Below deck is the emotional, the place I go to be safe and warm and dry or cool during the summer, etc. The place I store my treasure, the place I cook my food and I sleep. That's the below deck. And then the hull is the spiritual. So that's the emotional. Below deck is the emotional part, keeping our emotions in check. And the hull is the spiritual aspect. Spiritual. Right. And everything can fail. The sails can fail. The steering can fail. You can get water below deck. Rats, whatever, bugs. You can have problems like that, but as long as the hull is intact, you can survive and go another day. Keep the hull intact. That's the most important part. The spiritual foundation is the most important. Always remembering the universe was created by a benevolent creator. How do we know that? Because we look around and see beauty, not ugliness. The ugliness is man-made. Beauty is in nature. Number one, the universe is made by a benevolent God. Number two, our lives are very short. If eternity equals from the beginning of the universe till now, which for us is the beginning of time till now, that is our eternity. It's the completeness of all time, is 13.8 billion years, perhaps it looks like. 13.8 billion years. If you took one step is 1,000,000 years, it would take 7.84 miles to get there. So 13.8 billion divided by 1,000,000 is 13,800 steps times 3 feet is 41,400 feet divided by 5,280 is about 7.84 miles. So eternity is 7.84 million miles. This is 1,000,000 years. 100 years is 1/10,000th of that. It's the width of a hair on your head. So our existence is the width of a hair on your head compared to eternity. There is no pain. There is no gain. Everything is basically the same. We just think of it as lasting a long time. But if we change our perspective and see that our lives are but our breath in the on a cold morning, like when Watanabe Bevy goes outside and goes, the length of that wisp of air, where you can see it compared to the length of our lives, is us compared to eternity. Not a lot of pain or pleasure in there. Everything's about the same because it's so short. Anybody can endure it. So remember that. There is no great pain. There is no great pleasure. Just focus on the future. Do the things that Jesus said to do. Love God with all your heart, mind, and soul. love one another as Jesus loved us, make disciples of all nations. And what is the reward that Jesus promised for doing that? You can be one with the Father and I. And what is the Father? The Father is Spirit. So you get to be non-baryonic with us. Otherwise, you get returned to the energy of the universe, the lake of fire, whatever that is. The supernova, you get to be energy, pure energy, non-conscious energy, or pure consciousness, pure spirit. All you have to do is what Jesus said. Take this gift of life, honor it, make something happen. Okay, cool. So we're 15 minutes in. Today, just a quick little thing. Nancy Kane, crisis leadership. So in this week, don't crash the boat. We focus on leadership. Leadership is a spectrum. Crisis to pure. Today is crisis. Tomorrow is pure with Marcus Aurelius. Then in the middle, practical leadership. And we focus on two things, Ignatius of Loyola and Stoicism. Because most of the time, we're not crisis or pure. It's not perfect and it's not crisis. Most of the time is in between. So we're going to spend most of our time learning how to not crash the boat, not have bad things happen, stay on the journey with leadership. So, what not about it? Anything you want to say before we say Avitazane? As I have my coffee and prepare for the rest of the peloton and go out and make things happen for the day. Oh, here's a thing I worked on yesterday. Cards. We are not good at keeping in touch with people. Why? Because it's hard now to send letters. So, creating an idea to make it easy for people to send letters. That is cards. And to make it cheap, you print the card. We send you the paper, the stamps, and the envelopes. And you send a letter every week. One letter a week to someone who's important to you. Just a simple letter. And everything is there. The envelope, the paper, the artwork for the card. And the artwork for the card is red letter stuff. The commands of Jesus help us remember important things on our journey. The supplies and everything for a year is about $60. I figure we sell it for $80. That includes the stamps, which are 73 cents each. So sell it for $80, which gives about a $20 donation. Or you donate $80, I'll send you this. But it's like a $20 donation. So you get basically your money back. And what else? You get your money back. You get, more importantly, you send a letter to somebody every week. They get a card from you every week, and it's an uplifting message from Jesus. Not Paul, not Old Testament. Here's what the Creator incarnate said. So what do you think about that idea? What not a bevy? And then we'll sell it. We'll sell a Brazilian of them. We'll sell 2 Brazilians for that amount of money. On what? Etsy? I have to find out from Roxanne how to do it. And how do we get the pictures made? Oh, there's this thing called AI. So we'll do the pictures. Et voila. Okay? And I will talk to you all later. So with that, we're going to say end stream, end, cut.